There's this so-called businessman, also a Z fundraiser and a fan of quoting Sun Tzu at every opportunity, Roman Alyoshin. I already did an episode about him once, when he was raising money for the military but ended up buying himself an orange Zeekr for 6 million. And before the full-scale invasion, he was poor and lived in the same apartment with his mother. And even before that, he was convicted of fraud. This would-be thinker also managed to serve as an assistant to the governor of the Kursk region, who eventually ended up in prison, and did a stint in the Akhmat unit. Though, to be fair, he only lasted there for 23 days. And now, a video has surfaced where he asks a businessman for a kickback, offering to process his money as aid for the fighters, but in reality, to launder it. Without any shame, he tells a hidden camera that he'll ask his friends from the 810th Marine Brigade to sign for medical supplies they won't actually receive.
Let's say, for example, there's the 810th Brigade. Right now, they're not asking me for anything, including a cardiograph. They're asking for something else, yeah. So there are no issues. I told them, guys, this is my friend, someone I have a good relationship with.
Just no names exactly.
Yeah.
You can say Sasha, no problem. If you need last names, all of them.
No, not me. Not at all. I'll tell him, listen, look, this is nonsense. I'll say it's just a person who's going to give money for this. But the point is, for his taxes to work out, you also need to sign for 1,000, not for Fupam, right? This is official.
Within the comprehensive framework of the speech from that particular moment.
I don't know if I need to explain that this is a crime. There's actually a lot of hilarious stuff in that video. Right on camera, Alyoshin agrees and accepts fewer batches of goods than what's on the paperwork, and for a kickback. In short, it's a spectacle. If you haven't seen it, check out the full video on my Telegram channel, it's just 6 minutes long. So, in reality, Alyoshin has no chance of not ending up in jail. And considering that someone was filming all this with a hidden camera, it's quite likely that Alyoshin was already under surveillance. That's usually how they record these things. Alyoshin's only chance is that these were just words, not actions. But as you understand, regardless of whether there will be any jail time, the reputation of this Sun Tzu enthusiast is ruined. Well, to be honest, I have no idea what the Z-Patriots use instead of a reputation. The video is also hilarious because Alyoshin is smoking a hookah right in his office and talking about his shady schemes, trying to impress his conversation partner. In short, it's absolute cinema. But that's just the plot. But that's not really why we're here. We didn't just come together to watch yet another emergency fundraiser get caught red-handed, but to see the tears of the Z channels. Now they're writing that no one will donate to them anymore, no one will trust them, and that Alyoshin has set up all his colleagues. So maybe soon, even some Z-blogger like Kirill Fedorov, who drives a Ferrari and tells his followers they need to save on coffee and send 150 rubles to the soldiers, will have to come up with an excuse after the appearance